What's going on, guys? My name is Cleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
I am Will Farrow. We are the Arcade Tokens, and this is Coin Toss. This podcast is brought to you by Gridiron Gaming, powered by the PFRPA, and of course produced by Thunder Studios.
This podcast is also brought to you by the Power Drill outside of Cleo's window. He is going to be on mute for most of this. Just so you know, he does not. This isn't that moment in Rockefeller where Jay-Z was staring off like I don't like these guys anymore. He's muted for the time being as the Power Drill goes. But you know, as you guys know, Smash Bowl happened last Sunday. Another epic week. This week we had Sakurai Says rule set, which is basically Smash Ultimate's default rules. The rules this week was time rather than stocks, items on medium, staged hazards that were on, and there were random stages aside from a few specific banned stages. Right, Cleo? Yep. Games were best of 7, not best of 5, to accommodate for shorter matches as well.
Yes, indeed. Now, of course, in these matches, Yez advanced to stage 2 from the winner's side after a series of unexpected upsets, closing out with a win in the sudden death over the Cosmos. Is there any better kind of death than over the Cosmos? Right, Cleo? Exactly. And also, Best Nest moved on from the loser's side convincingly from a 4-0 and a 4-1 after losing to Best Nest early on. So, of course, next week is the final group of stage 1, and that's going to be Group A8.
Yep. And they're going to use squad strike rule sets yet again. Each player is going to select 5 characters before the set begins, and they can only use each character once. They're going to be locked to 9 tournament viable stages, and we're going to see a mix-up of the top players like the Buzz, upcomers like Epic Gabriel, as well as Skittles, and of course, Big D, probably the best name in Smash in the Smash Bowl. Big D was out here. And the favorites heading in would be DeBuzz and Epic Gabriel to move on, but we've seen upsets all Smash Bowl long, so you really never know.
Yes, indeed. And just like Big D, make sure you bring the force of excitement when you come and check out the Smash Bowl this Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and of course at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, only on Thunder Gaming's Twitch channel, and that is twitch.tv/Thunder Gaming LA. Make sure you are following, make sure you subscribe, so that way you have the notifications pop up so you don't miss out on the action. But just in case you want to be able to catch up, if you're new to this thing, you're new to the Smash, and you like to know the bracket, you like to learn the rule sets, and you like to know the format of just what's going on, you can go check it out at our smash.gg page. And that's going to be smash.gg/tournament/smash-bowl-mmxxi/details. Make sure you go check that out. You'll see the link in here, of course, so you don't have to write this down. But again, who writes things down anymore? But yes, it has been an epic tournament, and it's just going to continue. But I would just like to say one thing, if I could just get this out here.
Yep.
Cyberpunk is trash. Cyberpunk is hot garbage truck juice in the middle of Detroit in 1986.
It's trash.
Bro, I tried.
Both of y'all.
I tried.
How much did you try, though?
So I got to where I was about to get the job from the big guy. And so I'm supposed to be, first of all, I didn't like that you give me a mission that I got to go wait on. It was just like, yo, you need to go talk to old girl so you can get more information, so then that way you can start the mission. Oh, she's not going to be here till 4:30 or 6:30. And it's like, okay, so now what do I go do? It's like, oh, you can go do side missions. I was like, okay, cool. But now where do I go? So I get in my car, and by the way, car mechanics are horrible.
They're not.
Pat, have you ever played a game where you're forced to drive normal? Not fast. Like, you are forced to drive the speed limit. That's what I figured out about the cars. If you drive normal, like, you know, when we get high and like actually stop at the lights in GTA, make the turns and not hit nobody, That
Okay.
is the driving sequence. That's why they don't make us drive when the action happens.
That makes sense. Not everything can be Grand Theft Auto, just chaos and running red lights. It's different. I think that and let's not act like open world gaming is new to us. Like, what? I can't have a mission. I gotta go explore and do side missions. That's every game. You gotta give it a chance. I hate the customization. I think for something that is so detailed to the point where you have to choose your penis size, it's like, okay, you went that detailed, and so you have to do all these intricacies, but the basic stuff like hair and face, my guy looks creepy. He is creepy in the face. It's almost like the people who built it was a third person game, and then once they saw it, they were like, make it first person, because everybody looks weird. So I'm happy it's first person, but I can see why you guys are frustrated, because I haven't really wanted to play again. But I mean, I don't think it's trash yet. I don't see why you guys are saying it's garbage.
Well, you know what?
For me, the game was announced back in 2012. I got a little bit of time. It was announced back in 2012. I think it was the future of gaming back in 2012. That's how I feel. I feel like this entire time as we've had them developing this game, the game was announced back in 2012. Pat, it was supposed to come out within 2 years of that. And here we are in the year 2020. It finally rolls out, and all this excitement, all this hype, and this is the game we got. Now, I don't know what it is about the play style. I've never really been into the whole Fallout thing, and where you can mine or loot a whole bunch of stuff. You're walking around just pressing square, grabbing stuff, and I don't even know what half the stuff is. I don't even know what the stuff I'm grabbing. I find that really weird. I don't enjoy those aspects of the game. I was on the fence about this game from the very beginning. I gave it a shot. And as you can see, they've put a whole lot of press releases out. They got some work to do to make up for this.
Oh, are people generally not happy?
Yeah, no.
People are generally not happy. The glitching, it's a lot.
Some reason my dude just keep not having pants on when I was playing. I was like, why are your pants always off?
Yo, did you do that scene where you went back to your room and you had to look in the mirror and you were naked all of a sudden? Were you naked?
Yeah, I was naked. I was like.
And you had to smile and frown into the mirror.
It was like a frown, skull, and I'm just like, I don't get this. And it feels like I was supposed to have played something before I played this. That's what I keep getting the feeling
of. It's a series.
Okay, so it feels like maybe I'm missing out on what the lure of all this, because just like how Cleo said, all these things you're collecting, and they have particular names to them. So I'm just like, okay, well, what does this do? What does that do? Because it's like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I've probably my character has injected a whole bunch of things I do not know, because I be thinking I'm picking it up and then he uses it. So I've seen him go, and this thing changed colors on these screens multiple times, and I don't know what's going on. And now my dude got hand carbon on his hand, and it's supposed to make him shoot better. I shot a dude, like I said, in the face 16 times and he didn't die. So I'm just like, I don't want to say I hate it, because also I know that because based off of your system too is the experience you're going to get. So I've been told if you have a PS4, you're going to get the minimal experience of Cyberpunk. If you got PS5, you get the moderate. If you get the PC, you get the top version.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I know PS5, you thought PS5 was it. No, it's not. PC actually has the best quality version of Cyberpunk 77 out.
Well, that's why hype is bad, because you can't hype anything up for 8 years and have it live up. That's what Detox fell into. So much time passed. He was like, man, never mind. Anybody, they're just going to judge it. We waited for this. So here's my thing. I feel like the game is hugely massive. It's really intricate. And just like anything that's that big, it's going to take a lot of setup. So I'm going to keep playing it. I'm going to see if it's one of those things that picks up, because that's those games like Fallout, those huge, massive open world games. Sometimes it takes a minute to pick up before you're really, really getting into it. And you can't really judge Fallout if you're still in the bunker and haven't gone outside yet, So I don't know how many hours you guys put into it, but I'm personally I'm going to put in some more, because I bought it. So I'm going to play it a little bit more to see what it's like. But I do agree, for it to be 8 years in the making, it should have blown people out of the water immediately. But
yeah, even though I am talking a lot of shit about it, like I did say on my Twitch the other day, one thing I will say is I don't think it's a game that you just jump into. I think one of the biggest mistakes I made, and I admitted it too, was I don't think I should have started this on Twitch. Like, this is a game that you do have to dedicate to
Interesting.
really focusing on it. Yeah, and I was like, I think that's where I made the mistake, because I'm like, we're very interactive with our audience. But Cleo, I know you got time, so go ahead and say what you're about to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do agree with you on that. Well, I feel like I should have not played it live because I'm caught in between the fact of trying to get into the game plus entertaining our chat and our community, but then also trying to buy into the hype of what this game meant.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to learn on the go of all this stuff, and you're trying to focus on both. Maybe that would have been the better option to get into the game, is playing it solo dolo first, understanding it, and then taking it and presenting it to your community. That's what you're right, Will.
Yeah,
playing off Twitch is like my favorite thing now. We've been twitching so much this year.
But this one is like, it's so like, I know one of the things I ran into like the other night was that I couldn't see my screen because I'm on it. So it was like, things that I needed to know, I couldn't see. And so I had to keep moving my character around because like they utilize the entire screen for like text for all this arsenal stuff that you're going to have inside like your body and your weapon. So it's like you have to find a place to put yourself on the screen where you're not taking up and missing out on something. So I was like, like maybe I should play it first, get through it, and then like when I get on Twitch, I can select, because I love how they let you select the style you're gonna go, like Nomad, Street Kid, or Corpo. I do style like that. So you got 3 different stories you can do on Twitch for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this is for sure an offline game, and I agree, because there are some games that I feel like are really intricate, like even Ghost of Tsushima. Even though I love playing it on Twitch, I'm not connected during the cutscenes, and I feel like it's a very good story that you can't really fully absorb, while trying to entertain the chat as well. So I do agree with that. I might play a little Cyberpunk offline too, just to see what it's like. But I mean, it does got that hype that's going to help the Twitch numbers. So that's one thing. I do want to say one more thing before we, get into the interview and flip the coin, as we say. On a good note in gaming, I guess we can't be the Smash Bowl guys without talking about this. We got a new character in Smash Ultimate. This is that guy. I low-key, I didn't know that people were waiting for this, but it was a surprise to me. We got, as Cloud said in the reveal, how do you say it? Sephiroth. How did he say it? Sephiroth. Is it Sephiroth?
You could say it anyway. We know it's Sephiroth, but hey, however you're gonna pronounce the guy's name, he's the most evil villain in video game history. Yes, Sephiroth is coming to Final Fantasy VII. He's coming to Smash Bros. I will say though, there was a little bit of backlash. There was a lot of backlash about this. You want to know why? People were like, "Yo, Nintendo went back to Square Enix to pick a character, and they didn't bring Sora." And I was like, "Oh, you're right. They picked the wrong Square Enix character."
It seemed cheaper.
We wanted Sora too, bro. Huh?
It seemed cheaper.
It does seem cheaper.
They already got that.
But
I feel like the Kingdom Hearts guys are holding on the same way that Crash. They wanted Crash, but Crash is expensive. Crash is expensive. They wanted him in the PlayStation All Stars too, but I feel like they're holding on to Sora for that bread.
Yeah, that's what it seems. I wasn't too happy about this announcement.
Why?
I wasn't too happy because, at first it was funny, but now I'm starting to get a little frustrated by it. So y'all don't recall 7 months ago where Cleo Ben said Sephiroth should be in Smash, and Ben campaigning that he should be in it. Now all of a sudden he's in it. All I want to know is we need to make a clip for all our fans. Please go pull every clip or every idea we said that didn't drop. Because as soon as it was announced, I was like, did Cleo not just talk about this? And now it's out.
Well, yeah, they got to listen to us. I like that they're listening to us.
I want to check.
We ahead of the curve, man. We ahead of the curve, boy. That's all it is. We always know what's coming next.
I will settle to get an all expense paid to Nintendo Land for the 3 of us.
I don't know if that's how suggestions work. Are you guys worried about these characters being nerfed? Like we're getting a lot of powerful people added into Smash, and it's like I don't want to see Goku going head up with Yoshi. You know, like I like my powerful characters to be in my head like no one can defeat this person. So it's like,
Right.
do you think that characters are getting like too powerful of characters are adding into this now? Because now you're gonna have Sephiroth holding a one-on-one with Mario, and that's just gonna be like, you wouldn't think that if you just played Final Fantasy.
You know, you think that, but then you got to think about the other characters we've thrown in here, like, you know, the Street Fighter characters, the Castlevania characters. Like the Battle of Castlevania, they've been killing Dracula for how many years? You know what I mean? Like that's how I got to look at it. This is all fantasy, and especially with Sephiroth, a character who was ridiculously loved as far as being the villain of a great story in a video game. That hell, the Final Fantasy VII remake came out during Corona, and we love to see it all over again. He's that iconic of a character. But as far as it being nerfed, nah, I don't think so, Pat. That doesn't bother me at all. But like you said, I do get the aspect though of feeling that way. Like, come on.
Yeah, you say
like,
that,
I'm not
Cleo.
gonna, like Peach is gonna beat up Sephiroth. Like, come on.
Yeah, you say that, Cleo. Right, you say that till you see Sephiroth get sucked off by Kirby, and then now he got little angel wings and a sword just whooping Sephiroth's ass. You gonna be mad as hell at that.
Well,
like he
that
got
is
real
all right.
It's a good time to transition into this interview, I guess. Sephiroth getting sucked up by Kirby is not an image I'm going to get out of my head today. So yeah, we'll do the little coin toss thing.
All right, y'all. And now it's time for the other side of this coin.
All right, guys, we're bringing in a really, really special guest today representing Georgia, all state, all region in high school, played defensive end in college at Troy University, was Sun Belt Conference top NFL draft, signed to the Chargers, spent some time playing arena football, which I feel they hit a whole lot harder in arena football. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Lang. What is going on, brother?
What's up, fellas? I appreciate y'all for having me. How everybody doing today?
Doing good, man.
Greatness.
Thanks for jumping on the show.
Bro. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, appreciate y'all.
For sure. Off top, man, you know, this is the Coin Toss podcast. It's not only just about football, but also a whole lot about gaming. So I just got to ask you off top, do you or any of your family members game? And if you do, what are some of your favorite games to play?
I do game, man. I've been playing video games or you know, kind of what I grew up on. That's kind of like really like the first inspiration on a video game. Just you know, playing with your favorite players, and you know, just one day want to be like that. You know, being on a video game. You know, I do close connection playing video games, and I family that loves games. Like I was explaining earlier, I do have a little cousin who just got a full academic scholarship to USC, and he's going to be majoring in computer programming and gaming. Just got an internship with Microsoft. You know, our family kind of, you know, we kind of do the gaming thing. We into it.
Y'all about that life. Okay, well then I gotta ask because it's the holiday. Did you get your hands on one of these next gen consoles? Did you get a PS5? Do you even care? Are you going for the Xbox? What are your thoughts on this next gen movement going on right now?
Man, I didn't get a chance to get the PS5. Like I'm so pissed off about that. Like I didn't try it everywhere. Like I didn't got lied to. Somebody told me to call a GameStop. I called a game. Like consoles too. So I'm really in the bind, man. I got to get both of them, man. My son, he's an Xbox guy. You know, I'm a PlayStation. That's who's the best system. So, you know, like I say, I got to get them both, man.
Rumor is they restocking this week. That's the rumor.
Oh yeah,
supposed to have some this week.
I need to be on that. I need that.
He said, "I've been lied to." Man, Brandon's been hurt out here.
I've been hurt, man. You know, I got to put my PlayStation aside. I ain't cut that one on in like 6-7 months. So, you know, it's time for a new system around the house, man. I gotta. You know, I usually keep up with all the consoles and all that stuff, man. So, you know, gotta have the PlayStation 5, man. It's a must.
It's gonna be tough.
And speaking of which, since you did say you kept up with all the consoles, what was your first console? Like, where did you start off at?
First one was a Nintendo. So I remember the little box controllers with the A and B button, and just just the little square controller, man. I still got I bought one from the mall. Um, There's like almost about 800 different old fashioned. So I try to keep up with my games through that right there, my Nintendo.
Do you remember that first game that was like that got you? Like that was like that first Nintendo game that was like, okay, I'm a gamer now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Super Mario, man. Like Mario Brothers. Like that's a classic right there. Like that's just a must play Nintendo game. Like anything Mario, I'm locked in on it.
Mhm. That's wild because by the time I started gaming, Mario had been famous for years. So it's dope how many people like Mario, like that first Mario game, actually like sucked into the world of gaming. Like it's probably like a crazy number. Like how many people got into gaming just through straight up through that Super Mario Bros. Because Will, you talk about it all the time. Like Mario saved gaming, right? Like wasn't Nintendo almost bankrupt?
Mm-hmm.
No, video games itself was like almost finna be non-existent. Like folks was finna like pull the plug on video games itself. And they were just like, because like nobody was buying, nobody was really getting it. And so then enter the Jumpman, and it's just like, oh wow. And then like not only were kids playing it, but like adults started playing it too. And so it just saved video games.
Damn. Okay, and it brought your
I
boy
agree.
Brandon. And that's
So I gotta let you know, Brandon, if you grew up being a Mario fan, your first game playing it was on Nintendo. Have you heard about the Nintendo Land that is coming to Universal Studios, first Japan, and then it will make its way over to Universal Studios over here in the States?
I haven't, man. That's new to me. That sounds that sound amazing. That sounds like something bigger than Disney.
bam.
Yes, man. It's
That's a good
amazing.
platform.
We just got our first video footage of what the rides are gonna look like. You got a Bowser's Castle,
Oh
you
wow.
have Toad, you got Yoshi's running around. It's an actual physical theme park themed as Nintendo World with Mario and his friends. It's a really cool spot. You gotta check it out.
Gotta check it out.
Yeah, man. I hope they bring one to Atlanta, man. They need to upgrade the Six Flags here, so we might need to turn that to Nintendo Land.
That would be great. If Atlanta got the Nintendo Land, that'd be lit.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man.
I just want to see Mario go peace up A-Town Town and then Super Mario
Put it in Tyler
coming to
Perry's studio.
ATL.
Throw it in Tyler Perry's studio.
Right.
We don't need all that.
He got room. He sure do got
Hey.
room too.
Hey, he
So
got tons of room, man.
For real, that's like a whole base. But I have a question because we're sort of like on the same side of you as in gaming in terms of like the adventure games, Mario, all that stuff. Obviously, at some point you shifted and your whole life was football. Waking up, training, studying tape, on the field all the time. Did that affect your gaming? Like, did you see yourself switch out of that whole Mario phase thing and start playing like more sports games, or were you kind of all even to this day into the adventure games, kind of like the non-sports games?
I say I'm still like into the adventure games and all that good stuff. Like you say, you know, football, requires a lot of time, especially but after you do got to find that balance, between schoolwork, football, shoot, hall meetings, weight training, the list goes on with the criteria of being a college athlete. But to say that you have to have an out, just you got to do something to get your mind away from the game, unless you're your mind, man. So me and my buddies and my teammates, we used to play, to hook up the game. Like you couldn't be in your dorm room and have a game system. Like you got to have a PlayStation, an Xbox, or something. Like you always had to have something to do, when you're not playing, doing football activity. So, like I say, I do stick with my adventure games, and I do love the sports games too.
Okay. So I know for me, like especially in college during them times, like we always had that one game that brought the whole crew together. For us during that time, it was Left 4 Dead on Xbox 360. That's what brought
Oh yeah.
everybody out. So I just want to know for you during that time, what was y'all game that y'all was like when you popped in, everybody headed over to the dorm room?
Right. Yeah. So games that I can remember, man, we used to be on Call of Duty. Like I used to see guys be up to like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Like I'd be then going to bed and waking up in the morning, going to class. They still in a game session, from last night, competing with each other, man. But so that was like one of the main that we got up for. Everybody they like the board game, the bounty mode where you get to go hunt each other down and all that stuff and play with guys. So we didn't have everybody in one when we did, connect online and play. So
Okay. That's what's up. So, we've been talking to, it's so dope that we get to talk to pro athletes about gaming. It's like those worlds rarely intersect on camera, at least. So we've kind of gotten a mix of both. When we've talked to pro athletes, I always ask like, what is your relationship with the game Madden? Because in my mind, I would think if I was a pro athlete and I could play all these games like NCAA, Madden, all these football games, and I'm that close to the game, that would be fun. But we also talked to athletes that were like, bro, I play football all day. I was watching tape. I was not trying to sit down and play more football. It was too much. So like, where did you fall in that?
right.
Like, was it something like I'm not trying to play Madden? I got to wake up at 5 a.m. and do all that anyways, or was it like something like you couldn't get enough? Like even after practice, you guys were playing football games.
Yeah, we were kind of like we couldn't get enough of it. Sometimes
Okay.
we even bring the PlayStation or the game system to the facility. And hook it up in a locker room, or we had gambling problems. Not to throw out athlete issues out there, but that competitive nature. You just get to going, and you $5 get on the table for one game. And next thing you know, you playing for $50 a game. So just that was just another competing and just against each other. We just had fun doing it. And like you say, it's just a break from football. Even though we were still playing the game, it was still a break because it was just something fun to do.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
dedication. You guys were in full pads playing Madden in football gear. That's that's
with money
dedication.
on the line.
Right. Yeah.
Be like,
Oh
let me
yeah.
throw
Oh yeah.
$20.
Yeah. I know. Man, I done seen some crazy. I done seen fights over Madden
Oh,
games,
really? In
man.
in
Just
the locker
guys
room?
lose pride, everything. Oh yeah. Them games get intense, man. You and being on the field, you ain't gonna take no loss. You ain't gonna, let anything happen. That ain't happening. Stuff. Just you just get in the moment, just having fun with it, man. And sometimes that competitive nature just,
Oof.
clash,
Be sitting
I
on
have
the
a
field.
theory that NBA
brawling over a
2K,
video game.
NBA 2K and Madden are like the new dice, really. Like you don't see people playing dice too
Yeah,
much that
yeah,
often.
yeah.
That's basically the new dice.
Right,
Yes,
right,
it
right.
is. Now,
Exactly.
we had a previous football legend on here, Mike Singletary, and he had actually pointed something out that I think just by you saying bringing your system up to there, that I thought I might want to ask. Like, so one thing he had mentioned was even playing the game to where that could create plays and even other ways for y'all to create routes for yourselves and kind of maybe even improve your game on the field a little bit when it comes to video games. So I wanted
Mhm.
to know, like, did that actually help y'all, or did that actually move into you actually in playing the game in real life with playing these?
Absolutely, man. Because when you play a game like that, and that are in-game concepts. So like choosing is whether you're in man, whether you're playing zone, you in cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. Just it helps stand, coverages and like I say, the concept, compared to to the football field. Sometimes guys like to play with their position. They like to make a creative player and play with their position. I always put the DN guys, so that really taught me different in fronts. With a 3-man front, 4-man front. Just all just little things that you pick up on, through a video game. You can help translate to what really happens in real life football.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say
Yeah.
coaching. I ain't gonna say coach players. You can mimic, but coaching don't get yourselves off no video game. You like the Falcons here.
Okay, so we talked about gaming, and we're sort of transitioning to like the football side of everything right now. What for the athletes, and obviously these esports is blowing up right now, and they're athletes as well. Obviously not as physical as you guys, but these guys, in esports are in gyms, crazy hours a day, working on their hands, working on their skills, all that kind of stuff. So in a lot of ways, there's like a new form of athlete, in the sporting realm. So what advice would you give to some of these esports athletes who want to hone their skills? Like, if you were to sit down with somebody who is, a pro Madden player or a pro Call of Duty player, like how would you use all of the skills that you learned in terms of, honing your skills for football? How would you translate that to an esports player?
Just practice, man. Like just like anything, just getting the rep. So I guess when you playing that video, man, you keep losing. You gotta practice. You gotta find out, hey, do the last game that caused me to lose that game, and then you break it, and do better the next time you get ready to play. So it's just kind of like the same thing in football, man. You might not have a great game. You might go out there and make mistakes. You break it down, and then you come back and you're like, hey, I'm finna go back and I'm gonna fix these things so that name, I'm prepared and I got him perform better. So I kind of look at the same way as gaming, man. You just gotta practice. Some of these games are a little complicated and a little cold to understand, but if you put an adequate amount of time into it, eventually you'll figure it out.
Do you remember anything that like a coach or a teammate may have told you that stuck with you, that was just like almost like made a light switch go off? Because like, it's almost like everybody wants to be an athlete or a entertainer or something, but that's kind of hard advice. Like practice, keep going. Like that's kind of tough for most people. Was there anything that your
Yeah.
your teammate, coach ever said that like stuck with you, that kind of was like, oh, okay, for sure?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Like like I say, it's levels. So I didn't heard encouragement from coaches from park ball to middle school to high school, college to pro. So it varies. So I can tell you a couple of times playing league, along the lines. I can remember one practice as a rookie, and we were working on drops and we were working on zone coverage, and I'm dropping into my zone, but I end up running with the guy like his man coverage. And my coach just cussed me out like, "Damn, son, do you play Madden? Do you play video? And you understand the difference?" Just the concept what we were about. You know what I'm saying? So, those are just some keys, that I can remember, that I can translate to gaming.
That's crazy that the gem that stuck out had to do with gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like you say, the concepts are the same. So it's just apply it. Some stuff like you say you can take from a video game and use it to real life stuff.
Most certainly, most certainly. So, man, but before we let you go and get out of here, man, I do just have to address one thing for my curiosity, and I think also for Cleo's curiosity as well. Now, I know that you played arena football, and
Uh
from
huh.
what I've been told, in arena football, it's a little more no holds bar where you can kind of somebody when the ball say hut. So I just want to know, like, between it, like, what is the experience as being an arena football player? Is those rumors true, or just like what?
Actually, arena is a more contact sport just because of the small compact space. It's definitely a physical and violent game, different from because of the rules and all those things. But most definitely, man, it was definitely a sport or a league that, like I say, you playing in small spaces, small courts. guys are moving fast, and they're trying to take your lights out. It's somebody's livelihood, out here on this, so that's at risk every day. So you got to go out there with your head swivel, and you got to play with cruel intentions, man. It's definitely not a game for nice guys.
Hey,
I
man,
could
man,
tell
Gotta
you
have
were
a
swinging on
little.
people. I hope that answered your question, Will. I can tell Brandon was swinging on people. He said that exactly. He didn't want to say too much. He's like, it's pretty rough
Oh
out there,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
oh
About
yeah,
to
yeah,
even
yeah. It's definitely.
about
Oh
to
yeah,
email
for
you, be
sure.
like, man, you know any arena football leagues in LA? Just asking for a friend.
Right. Exactly.
But yes, indeed, yes, indeed. But man, we want to thank you, Brandon, for coming through today, man, and kicking it with us. Definitely letting us talk with you and chat with you. We really do appreciate your time coming through, my guy.
No, I appreciate you guys for having me, man, and wish you guys the best of luck with everything that you got going on. Guys, really just keep it going, man.
There it is, guys. Another great episode. Getting a chance to talk with Brandon, man. Getting a chance to understand his visuals and his thoughts on what it's like to be a gamer and coming from the professional world of sports, man. He shared a lot of great knowledge with us. What do you guys think?
Dope. Always a pleasure. I think that merging these two worlds is like something you would never think in high school. The gamers were the gamers, the nerds were the nerds, the jocks were the jocks. So it's always cool to talk about people who have literally wore an NFL uniform and are into the same type of games that we're at. So always a pleasure.
Yeah,
Big
man. I
facts.
think, Pat couldn't have said it better on that, man. It's always a pleasure when we get to see players like that, man. But this has been another episode of Coin Toss. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. We also want to thank our guest today, Brandon Lang, and of course the folks over at Thunder Studios, Thunder Gaming, and of course the Smash Bowl. As we said, make sure you check that out every Sunday. And also too, make sure you check out our channels, man, the youtube.com/arcade tokens. Make sure you check out our Twitch, twitch.tv/arcade tokens, and our personal pages as well on Twitch, twitch.tv/Cleo Thomas/Patrick Cloud and /Will Ferro. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications to all social media and YouTube and Twitch platforms, and we will catch you next time.
Bye, guys.